Hi, everybody. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world. And welcome to midweek minis. Your readings today, whatever you would like. I didn't have any specific plans for today except whatever you guys want in the chat. However, as I'm seeing, we're live. I'm waiting for the notifications to go out, maybe. Yeah, I didn't put out any ads or anything out until late today, so no problem. No problem. It's good to see you. Anyway, yeah, there's 3 people watching. Good to see you guys. Hey, Janet. Mwah, good to see you, Janet B. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's your week going, everybody? Kind of interesting, huh? I think we're about ready to see the dominoes are starting to fall. Hi, Teresa Levine. Good to see you, hon. Yeah, dominoes are starting to fall. Starting with the oath keepers. You know, they can get as much as 20 years. Mr. Elmer Stewart Rhodes, the leader, the founder of the Oath Keepers. Yeah, he can get 20 years for that because he's an instigator, because he's the founder of the organization. And he was like, yeah, because he thought, I really think those guys fully thought, they really believed that they were going to be successful. I don't think they could see where they couldn't be successful. I was watching someone earlier today on YouTube, and they were talking about how it just seems like it's a prerequisite lately to be mentally ill for half the country. It's like, what the hell, people? Yeah, I'm talking politics. We can talk politics in here now. Carrie Lake, for one. She said that all the voting machines in Maricopa County and other places, all of a sudden, boom, shut down and stopped, and all the workers quit working and everything. She thought that was real odd because it couldn't count the votes, and people who were voting, it wouldn't take their ballots into the machines. That happened with one voting machine in Maricopa County, which is Phoenix, up there where they did the fraud, up there where she lives and was known for 20 years on the news as a newscaster and a Green Party member. Hey, Arizona, I guess if you want to get into politics, you got to start as a Green Party member. Then you become an independent. Then you decide whether you're going to be a Democrat or a Republican. Either way, prerequisite is you do it with intention of making as much money as you can and being a trader. Because we've produced, 3 of them now? I don't get it. And it's not like they don't show who they are up front, because they do. There's that many people here who will vote for them. Arizona's an interesting place. Really interesting place. Kind of most of the state, I would have to say, I'm glad to hear that the state is becoming more blue. I think it's becoming more purple. Because a lot of the red part of the state is still, they'll go one way or the other. So, they'll either be blue or red, but not completely. I'm an independent, so I vote for the person who has the best policy. So I don't let you know where I'm at on voting. Have good policies. But what happens to them? They back down too quick. They aren't fighting for stuff. I watched a pastor. I wish you could post links. Well, can you post links to shorts on the community page? Because there's just a short that is really, really good. It's a priest, Catholic priest, and he is raking the Christian right over the coals, no matter whether you're Lutheran or what, or whether you're Protestant or Catholic, basically what he's saying. And he's all, if you preach anything but love from your pulpit, you don't belong preaching from your pulpit. So either suit up or shut up or suit up. So that's what he's telling us, is like, as a congregation, you don't put up with that. Last time I actually was in church, besides my mom's memorial, I was doing great. I was there with my aunt and my uncle, my mom and my dad, and I was like placating them. Okay, we all had dinner together, and yeah, let's go to church. It was on Sunday night. And I'm sitting there, and the pastor starts in on why you don't vote for gay, or why gays are bad. And I'm like, what? Hi, sweetheart. How are you, Manasseh? Why gays are bad. And then he started telling who you vote for from the pulpit in his sermon. I made a very big point of loudly standing up. I didn't say anything, but everything I did, I intentionally was rude, like rattle my purse and all that shit as I'm standing up. And I left, walked right down the center of the aisle and walked right on out of the place. It was like, first of all, separation of church and state, shut up. Second of all, how dare you? You're insulting my God, because he made everybody in his image. So it was like, I can't abide by this. It's blasphemy to me. And I walked out. I didn't say that, but that was where my heart was. And I hung out outside until the rest of the family finished and came out. And they were like, were you okay? Did you get sick or something? I was like, you could say that. You could say that. He did. Rose Blue. Hi, my dear. Checking off the to-do list, huh? Bless your heart. He did. Oh, honey, I'm so glad. I'm glad. Isn't that a cool feeling? I hope he had wonderful things to say to you. I know he knows how much you were worried. Were worried, and how much you loved him. So, and how much you wanted to be there. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad he came to see you. There's a lot of relief in your grief comes from being visited by that loved one that's just passed away. And they let you know they're okay and life is good. And yeah, let him have a break from his life review to come and tell you, hi. I have no idea how long the life review lasts, because there's no such thing as time when you go wherever we go. 23 years younger. He said, I love you. We hugged. And that was it. Honey, that's perfect, my dear. Oh, how wonderful. That makes my day. It really does. It is such, I'm trying to get that to go away. It is such a topic that we need to start talking about it more. For one thing, so that our loved ones know what our wishes are for ourselves when we pass. Like, who do you want to have as your beneficiary and that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff is really, really important. And if you have a family, it's important to plan that together. Even if you have kids, especially if you have teenage kids, because it gives them of all kids, oh my word, gives them a sense of that there is a sense of mortality. Although they're thinking, yeah, it's old people. Old people die. I'm not going to die. Old people die. My mom and dad will die, but I'm not going to. Yeah. You know, that happens to old people, not me. I love it. That's cool. Yeah. It's, I was listening. Who was Linda? I was listening to Linda G talking about that. Where was she? Was she talking to Mel? I think she was talking to Mel Dore, but she was talking about when you pass over, you get your young body and you look great and you feel great and life is beautiful. And I'm going, okay, I'm ready. No, I love this life. I love what we're doing here. May not like exactly the times we're going through right now, but you know, your kids are grown. It's really important, isn't it? After going through what you went through. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was with Mel. Yeah. I was wonderful having Kim Copeland on here, Medium Kim, because she's the one who's opened up this conversation on my channel. And as someone who I'm not afraid of death at all, I am wide open to talking about it in all of its inferences. Except for the ghost hunter thing where they go in and antagonize our loved ones. That, first of all, they're not antagonizing necessarily high hypnicity. They're not necessarily antagonizing our loved ones. They're antagonizing low energy. Bringing it in, calling it in. Never good. Never good. Because then to get it to go away. Or it'll attach to you because you called it in. So, but I do have a tendency, the ones that are on TV, I laugh. I specifically binge watch them and crack up. When I need something mindless to watch, there's two things I watch. Ghost hunter shows, you know, like Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, all of those. I've watched them for years. I'll go back and watch the originals, you know, like the first episode, and laugh and laugh and laugh at these people and their egos. Have a good time. The other thing that I watch when I need to just kind of like decompress and stuff, I have to do that right around 6 o'clock every night. But I watch wood turning videos, you know, guys, women too, doing beautiful artwork on a lathe, you know, with resins and all kinds of stuff. 36, 32, 24. What's that, Rose? You're not afraid of death, but you're squeamish around dead things. I got over that. I had to get over that. I worked in property management for years. You know, people pass away and nobody finds them for a while sometimes. And managers got to let people in and the managers got to go in there. So, yeah, not fun. Not fun. Not fun. But yeah, I used to run a houseware rental company for a company that found apartments for people. It was a real estate company that found apartments for people. And they owned this houseware rental company for, you know, like Airbnb before Airbnb existed. And this man and woman rented stuff from me. And they said, you know, we feel bad because the wife told me, she says, I feel really bad because I feel like we need to buy the stuff from you because we came here so he could pass away. Her husband had cancer. He was in the final stages of cancer. And you could smell it on him. You could smell it on him. And I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You have way less things to worry about than where my blankets and sheets and stuff go. Don't worry about it. If I need to burn them, I'll burn them. You be comfortable. You love him. Be with him. Yeah. All the soft fabric stuff we had to, it all went in the dumpster. But yeah, I was thinking about that the other day when I was in property management. Came across a man. I ran into a man that owned a metaphysical shop here in town, and I had never heard that word before. Metaphysical. I was about 28 years old, 28, 29, and good little Baptist girl. I didn't know what metaphysical was. I knew what the occult was. And then I get back in the office and I'm telling what the guy does for a living. And the manager's like, oh, he's into the occult. I don't know. She said, we don't need a Satan worshiper living here. All of a sudden it went from a man who owns a metaphysical store, place to buy cards, crystals, incense, all my tools that I use 24 hours a day. Now, I had no idea what and went from a store that sells that kind of stuff to him being a Satan worshiper. Just boom. Oh, yeah. Really nice guy, too. And he stayed to himself. That's the thing I'm hearing a lot today, Katie. We'll find our dignity, we will all find our integrity, and we will all find our decency once again when we all start minding our own business. You know how much easier it is when we're not all up in everybody's butt about how they live and speak and breathe? I kind of like it when everybody's different. And not politically correct. I'm so politically correct. I work hard on that. So yeah, it's like this world is changing. I felt it on Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, but the new moon. I was telling Wolf Girl Oracle the other day. We were talking on the phone, and I was like, "Did you hear it? Did you hear it?" And she's like, "What?" The night of the new moon, I heard a loud click at about 2:30 in the morning, and it was like went across the sky. And some of the stars are different now. Did you notice the difference in the energy? Doesn't it seem like we're a lot more relaxed? I don't feel so much tension in the air. Yes, celebrate diversity. I love our differences. That's one thing that's great about living in Tucson. Very important here that we celebrate our diversity here, because this is a city pretty much of refugees. We have people from everywhere here, from Ukraine to Afghanistan, Sudan, New Orleans, from Katrina, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Ecuador. A few from Mexico. So yeah, it's pretty much a melting pot. There's people from Greece, the Middle East. Talk about good food. As a matter of fact, you go to the gem show, when you go to the main one at the convention center, food trucks parked outside. Great place to get Indian bread tacos. Oh my gosh. You know what a taco is, right? Well, Indian bread taco is easily, grab me a slice of birch. Easily this big around. A taco folded in half, and it's stuffed with meat and all the goodies that are in a taco. But it's, the Mexican fried bread is kind of, it's like they take the Rhodes bread dough, the rolls, not the loaf, but the Rhodes bread that comes frozen. They thaw it out, and when they go to make you the bread, then they pat it all out into a flat. It's kind of about that thick, and then they put it in, I'm assuming it's lard. All I know is it tastes good. It's really good. So good. And that and a soda, and you want to go take a nap, because that's yeah, that'd be 3 meals. I was just going to say that's about enough to feed 3 people. Yeah, whoa, so good. Or if you don't want to do the taco, you can get those drizzled with honey on them, or cinnamon and brown sugar and cinnamon, or brown sugar and cinnamon. I love Mexican or Indian fried bread. So good. A lot of good, interesting things here in this part of the country, besides Carrie Lake and wacky politics. Hi, Gina. Welcome, Gina M. Haven't seen you in a while. Speaking of meals, what are we having for dinner, ladies and gentlemen? We're all girls in here right now. What are we doing for dinner? Let's do the food fortune. What do you say? We're the first half hour, and then the next hour and a half, we'll just do card readings and whatever you want to read on. Whatever you want to read on, or you want me to read on. Let's plan our dinner. How this works, if you're new and you're watching, this is the food fortune cards. We pull 3 cards, pick what we want to keep out of that card, whether it's a side or a beverage or salad or dessert or a main dish. There's also extras, which are interesting things. Trying to think off the top of my head what is an extra. Anyway, you'll see if we get one. We need a 3 courses, right? So we will pull 3. We'll do 3 different pulls for 3 different cards, unless there's more than one card we decide we want to keep. So here we go. First 3 cards. And sometimes we get lucky and we get all 3 in one draw. I don't like this. I do. And yes, I will. I'll take it. First card, King of Mains. I'll take the T-bone. This is the second time we got the T-bone steak doing this, you guys. Somebody likes beef in this group, apparently. I'm just reading the chat. Sorry. Distraction. Next one. Okay, so we got a T-bone steak. The King of Sides. Macaroni and cheese. Instead of a baked potato, it's a little different to go with your steak. Mac and cheese is always good with steak. I'm a Texan. Yummy. Yeah. And you're going to love this. The third card. Iced tea. And I love it that it's in a jar. That's the way iced tea is supposed to be served. It's got to be served in a mason jar. Except I use all my mason jars for other things. It stores a lot of my medicine that I grow. Anyway, so what do you say, you guys? I vote we keep all 3. That was like easy. So tonight we have T-bone steak, macaroni and cheese, and a nice iced tea or hot tea. I'm going to say if you live where it's cold, because it's like kind of cloudy and stuff here today. We're expecting rain this weekend again. Of course, it's payday weekend. And I walk everywhere. So, of course, it's going to be raining. If I wanted to go out and do something, go to a movie or something, oh, well. I do that on the weekdays anyway. I try to save the weekend for those who work. You know, let them have the world out there. I have all week long while everybody's at work. Except for the 3 hours I spend with you guys. 2 hours on this show. And hi, Mama Redneck. Welcome. Good to see you. I have this show. It's 2 hours, and then I have my show tomorrow night, Lightworkers Roundtable, which, by the way, my guest will be Ms. PD Connects. We always have a lot of fun when we get together. A silly woman. She's a good friend. We have a good time. You think that sounds like a good meal? I think so too. Let's stop on the T-bone, macaroni and cheese, and iced tea for our dinner for tonight. Thank you, cards. Thank you, universe, for making it simple for us on this hump day. We always can use a break. Oh, it's 47 now. Yeah. Wow, in the 30s all morning. Yeah. Well, that's not good. What's that going to do to your grid? There in Texas, Rose Blue. I know you don't know, but I'm just saying. It's pretty sad when you watch videos from people in Texas and they're talking about the best generators to buy. What the hell? You're paying to rent electricity from the man, but you still have to keep gasoline or diesel or something to run your generator. It's like double taxation to me. It's crazy. Yeah, here it was earlier. It was, let me look. Come on, just look right quick. See what it is here. It was 40 something earlier. But that was like just before the sun was coming up. 72. You guys want to come have lunch? Come on down. Let's do lunch. 72, and it feels like 72. And sunny. 20% humidity. Awesome. It was cloudy when I started this live stream. I have curtains because I have a huge picture window here in front of me, and it makes it impossible to see my eyes because of the glare. Most of the glare is caused from my laptop, but you also get it from the window. And so I closed my blackout curtains. And when I closed the curtains, it was cloudy out there. So, hey, that's good. I can take that. That's always good. I like rain, though. But that's because I live here where it doesn't rain a whole lot. When you live in the desert and it rains, it's like, woohoo, celebrate. And then if it snows, woo! And it does snow here once in a while. Gonna go do errands. Thank you, Rose Blue, for stopping by, love. You have a wonderful day. And, hun, I'm glad Tom came to see you. And you know how to get a hold of me if you need to talk. Anybody, you guys, I'm on Instagram if you need me. Although most of you know it. Gina knows it. Yeah, most of you already know. Also, that's a good place to go if you want my card of the day. Hey, I just discovered you can put music to that stuff. So I've been having a blast. Let's see, who did I have today? I think yesterday, what I do, Jewel, because the song was a country kind of song, folky kind of country song. Plus, I've been watching the Alaska, The Last Frontier, that old TV series. Well, it's not that old. I think they stopped making it last year. And I watched it for 10 years and didn't really think about it. I guess I missed the episodes that had her on there. But one of the daughters of the people in that, the Homestead people in that, is Jewel, the pop singer, Jewel. So, yeah, it's cool, you know. No, I'm not talking about the people that lived out in the middle of nowhere in Grizzly Land. The family, mom and dad and their kids. No, I'm talking, this is a man started the homestead in the 1930s, and it's his descendants. And they've all made cabins and raised cattle, and it's really cool. You're taking today off? Saw your pulmonologist today. She's adding a biologic. You got asthma too. Yeah. It's really interesting because it's like, and I know it has to be because of pollution. Certain things are just like on the rise, chronic pain illnesses, things like asthma, autoimmune stuff. And all I can think of is it has to be the chemicals that are in our atmosphere and what we eat. It's to the point now where even if you grow your own stuff outside, it's all been leached with chemicals and stuff. 4 inhalers, honey. Wow. Bless your heart. I feel for you. My daddy had COPD, hun. I watched him struggle. I'll put you on my prayer list if you'd like. Which I keep saying I'm going to post it. I have a list. I'm going to post on my community page, pin a post in there for people to go there to put, if you want me to pray for you or someone you love, or friend, or someone you care about. Ooh, you get to give yourself a shot once a month? Been there, done that. I used to be a diabetic. I'd give myself a shot every day. In my belly. There's not very many nerves in your belly. That's why they give a lot of shots in your tummy. You always say yes to prayer. Me too. So, yes, I will put you on my list, darling. Oh, you've had it this year. My word. Your hubby's a diabetic? Is he type 1 or type 2? Childhood diabetic or adult onset? I'm type 2. And I got a cardiologist who taught me how to eat, basically. And he also taught me how to rethink my thoughts about food. And food is no longer my except in the months of November and December, food is no longer my reward. Food is my fuel. Strictly my fuel. As I'm eating my word. I'm thinking about my grocery list that's going to be coming on Friday. Christmas cookies, Christmas candy, hot rolls, all the stuff for dinner. Come on, I get paid once a month, so I buy all the stuff at once. But yeah, Christmas candy and cookies. And I've got a huge family to help me eat that. It's just me. Just me. Because it'll take me clear through probably New Year's to eat it all. Oh, dear. It works. It really works. And I can tell you, everybody goes, oh, you're diabetic. You can't have candy and desserts. There's a lot of fruit you can't have. There's a lot of vegetables you can't have. Hi, Sharon Sipe, sweet lady. Welcome, darling. 2 worst fruits you can have as a diabetic to eat: bananas and oranges. Those are the 2 things when you go into insulin shock that they give you. They shove it at you. Orange juice. Phew, you're starting to feel lightheaded and your blood sugar's off. First thing that either it's a piece of candy. This is what I always did: piece of candy or fruit juice. And it's always orange juice. I love oranges. So I guess that's good. Since I live in Arizona, I best like citrus since it grows here. Yeah. Yes, there you go, Hypnicity. Her mom used to eat to live. And her dad, wrong one. And her dad lived to eat. My ex-husband and I used to kid around because I was, probably 250, 260 when I was married. And he was 129 pounds. So I used to always laugh and tell people, well, Jack Sprat and his wife. Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. Together, we both licked the platter clean. Oh dear. Wasn't true at all, but hey. Well, the wife could eat no lean part was pretty true. He was working hard and I was being the housewife, and I was doing a good job at being a good Southern housewife, making all them things like chicken and dumplings and mashed potatoes and gravy and pot roast, and all that stuff for lunch. And then we nibble for dinner. But yeah, we always have this big old heavy meal for lunch. And he'd try to go back to work with this rock of heavy food in his stomach. Hey, he made it through the day. And more often than not, he was hungover. And that's why I would do that, because he's an alcoholic. Learned a lot about codependency and how far you will actually go for those you love, even though it's not doing them any good or you any good. So, yeah, still loves the guy. Always will. You can't turn love off unless, like, they traumatize you. And I could never accuse, he never would do that. He was not that kind of guy. But yeah, well, some of the experiences we had together when we were married are pretty traumatizing. There's little new hairs coming in up here, and they're driving me nuts. They're driving me crazy. They've been coming in for months. And anyway, yeah. So. Yeah. So anyway, therapests. I'm getting ready to pull cards. Would you guys, if you would like to, go ahead and put your questions in all caps. And we'll start doing some readings. We'll start with a therapist. And yes, I'll read on politics or whatever, you guys. I even saw a reading the other day. Somebody read on Barron Trump. I was like, wow, it's been that long. He's old enough now to feel comfortable about reading on him. I still don't feel comfortable reading on him. I guess mainly because I really don't want to know. I know how the others turned out. I know how the Three Stooges turned out, and I know how Tiffany seems to have turned out. But she had the main influence of her mom. So her mom was a little bit different than Ivona. Thank you, Sharon. Okay. Wow. I'm actually shuffling these cards like nothing's wrong. Because I'm changing insurance, and I'm going to make an appointment this afternoon to see my doctor on my thumb after the first of the year when I have my new insurance to get started with. So, yeah, get this thumb question done. I love this card. This is a good one. You guys, no one else knows what they're doing either. It's all going to turn out fine. We're all equally lost and waiting. And waiting. And waiting. The whole idea while we're doing all this waiting is to work on yourself. Oh, this is cute too. You don't have to be perfect. Just be lovable. You want to shine your light. The best way to shine your light is open your heart open. Just 24 hours. Look at everything as though it's the first time you've seen it. Wow, I love that. Connect those, get those emotions going, because those are high vibe, positive. How old is Barron? I think he's 17, 16, 17, something like that. Yeah. That's what I said. I didn't realize he was that old. But then the last pictures I saw of him, he towers over his dad. He's really tall, like basketball tall. Yes, look for things to smile about. I definitely, when the Pharrell Williams song came out, Happy, this is before I saw anything about Minions. When that song came out, it hit me. Spirit was like, here, let me give you a baseball bat. You need to hear this. Wow. Happiness is not something you wait for. Happiness is not something that just happens to you. Happiness is fully and 100% your choice. So when you wake up in the morning, this is what I tell myself every single day. It's my first I am. These are my miracles, okay? I open my left eye and I open my right eye. Miracle 1, miracle 2, miracle 3, I can see with both. Number 3, my number 1 affirmation is, thank you for letting me work so hard in my dreams and for having the opportunity for another day. So yeah, choose to, hey, PD, woohoo! Tomorrow we're gonna have fun. Yeah, it's happiness is a choice. It is something you have to. When those thoughts come in that are those negative thoughts about, well, what if? That's a real good one. What if? You think that, what if? Carry the question through. Answer that. Well, what if? More often than you'll find that when you get to the end of the what if situation in your head, it's really not as bad as you've made it out to be in your head. So yeah, every morning it's like, I have my miracles and I'm thankful, I'm grateful that I can see. I say thankful for that. And then the next thing I am, it's like, I am happy. Whether I wake up grumpy and wanting to pull the covers over my head or not, I tell myself and I force myself to smile and say, I am happy. And now I got to pee. Then I take off and go to the bathroom. But yeah, it's a definite choice I make every day. And I watch everything you guys watch. I like Midas Touch, all of these things, these political things. And I watch the readers. And when I start to feel myself going in energy, happy time. See you guys. I love you. And I'm gone. Because how many times do you need to see a particular topic or question read on? If you watch everybody, you watch all the popular readers, they're all reading on the same questions. And that's because we're all in the chats asking him the same questions over and over again. But yeah. So, and then that'll be when someone will have a massive, awesome, awful troll or something will happen and I'll miss it because I left. You agree? With the crap going on with my daughter, I could really be miserable. But I started watching the other side. Yep. And now I have no fear for her. And I know she will go on. That's right. See, that's the thing we all forget. We're unlimited. Don't forget, you're made in the image of God. So that means you're unlimited. People don't really think that through. Stop and think about that. I mean, that's the big deal that's, really pushed in Christian religion. You are made in the image of God. But yet that's the religion that limits so many people. Well, I think a lot of religions do. But that one in particular is so good at being judgmental and limiting. And that's not what agape love is all about. Agape love is what we bask in. I love sitting in agape. That's never-ending love. It's protection, it's warmth, it's comfort, it's all those good things. All those good things. Listen, one day I was listening to Sonia Rain Lee. No, she was on the Lightworkers Roundtable with me. And she was talking about that's what she does to lift her vibes. She will just sit in spirit and in that quiet space. Nah, yeah, I've been there. I've had my fits in both sides of the water. So you could call me temperance? No, no. I'm not a moderation girl. I guess you could call me the star card or the sun card, the star card, the one that has one foot in and pour in the water. See, I'm learning tarot, so I'm still trying to remember all this. I'm getting better, but I still have to use my cheater cards, so my cards with words. I just noticed I've had this out for weeks. It sits on the front row of my where I store all my cards, and it's in clear acetate. So I've been looking, and it's been upside down. So I've been looking at the tower upside down for weeks and not realize it. Funny. You'd be the tower? You a hot mess? Well, you've been working out. That kind of goes with it. It happens. Oh, by the way, PD, we decided on dinner, and we got the king of, well, anyway, we got T-bone steaks, macaroni and cheese, and iced tea for dinner tonight. You just counteract all that work you just did working out. Yes, I do have nails. These are mine. These are ones I do. I doed. I was in a snowflake mood. And underneath the gold sparkles is a purchased one. And it's a sweater. It's a digital ugly sweater. And so I thought, I'm going to cover that up with glitter. Thank you. Wow, they're fun. A little bit long for me. They're kind of getting in the way. And they're glued on. They're not temporary. They're there. But thank you, by the way. They're with the gel nails that you gave me, the foil coverage. That really saved so much time. Oh, wow. Because I do acrylic, glue on the tip, do the acrylic. That's the way I've all done it for years and years and years. Thank you. Thank you from the professional. Yeah, well, I've been doing this since Kiss came out with this actual real gel that you put on your nails, and you put it on your naked nail, and then you'd hold it under an incandescent light, precursor to our LED, what we have here. This is like 1989, and it would get hot. I mean, it'd like burn your damn fingernails. So I didn't know the little trick of pull it out and put it back in again like we do now. Woo, yeah. But that's what I started doing when I started doing my own nails. It's been a long, long time. And forever it was acrylic nails, silk wraps, and dip powders. Till gels came out. I was like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's fun. And then the poly gels. I was like, let's just make this easy. But poly gels I find break easier. So, and these things, when they break, they hurt. So, yeah, when I do sculptured nails, they last a good 6 weeks. Yeah, I have to do a fill. You're doing your fills all the time then. So, yeah, these will evolve too as we go into getting closer and closer to Christmas. They'll get more and more red and snowy, and because I don't get snowy. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun doing I'm very right-handed, and so it's always really fun doing my right hand with my left hand when I have a hard time holding a pencil. I'm looking for my pointer, my chopstick. It's like holding a pencil for me is really hard in my left hand. It's like it just doesn't coordinate. Well, don't try to write. So wait, I've got a message here. I'm missing something up here. I want to see what this says. Reading the chat. Gotta keep up with you guys. Oh, Mama Redneck. You can wait 40 years on this plane in order to have an eternity with Jesus and my loved ones. There you go. There you go. I've already spent 40 years on this plane. So 40 years plus 25. So I can say, yeah, I'll spend another 40. Hell yeah. I'll be doing good to spend another 40 years on this plane. It'd be time to celebrate for sure. Because I'll be 100. It'd be 105 in 40 years. Oh, I do. Oh, I'm a big... See me doing my makeup? It's this. I'm doing my eyebrows, or my eyeliner is this, and then all in one hand. It's like, hold it out here. These things, you're not supposed to use them as tools. But God, they're good little pry bars and stuff, aren't they? Oh, yeah. Painting's fun. I mean, I've got a steamer trunk full of papers and brushes and paint. You know, the big steamer trunks, the big, like from the 1800s steamer trunks. I have a lot of supplies like that. I spent a lot of years collecting it up because I knew there was going to be a time when my income was going to be really limited and I wouldn't be able to afford to buy them. They don't go bad. Pastels, soft pastel, that's chalk. Doesn't go bad. Oil pastels can get a film on them, but they still don't go bad either. So I just looked at my nail supplies as just adding to my artist tools because I'm also getting ready to learn how to play around with. I'm thinking about it. Kind of, maybe not. Thinking about doing some resin art. Problem is it's a massive carcinogen. It's loaded with lots of cancer-causing agents, and I've already had cancer once. I don't want to tempt it. You know what I mean? I don't want to go through that again. After going through that, I can go through anything. Anything. This is like my friends that, were mad at me for being so proactive. Like, no, you can't come to my house. You come to my house, we sit outside. We sit 6'10", and we sit 6 feet apart. And we wear masks. And they were like, but why? And I'm going, I didn't fight to survive cancer, to lose it to a started to say irresponsible, but I guess really that's the only word that really fits. An irresponsible point of view that was not serving my best interest or anybody else's. In other words, the mask routine. I'd already been through cancer. I had to wear a mask when I was going through infusion, getting my chemotherapy. I had to wear a mask all the time, even around my own mom. Because if I sneezed on her, the poison that I was getting in intravenously could hurt her. So that was my mic drop to people when I was out and about, and they'd give me a hard time about my mask. First of all, I was obnoxious with my mask. It's a leopard print. You can't miss it. The others that I have a silk print, bright yellow Hawaiian print, and a bold burgundy flowered Hawaiian print. Those are my masks. You can't miss me. So people, of course, they're going to make a derogatory comment when they were doing a lot of that. So I just look at them and go, how do you know I don't have something in me I'm protecting from giving to you? You're assuming this has something to do with the virus out there when it could be totally different. And they're like, yeah, what? All kinds of poisons that people have, Hey, for all they know, I can have leprosy and my lips are gone. Katie, watch what you're saying. You're being silly. But yeah, that's the other thing that was fun about wearing a mask everywhere is I could stick my tongue out at people and they didn't know. I'd be smiling with my eyes going, oh. See, you can make fun of stuff. Things don't have to be a bummer just because it's uncomfortable. You think it's not hot living in Arizona? It's like living in Texas and stuff, Yeah, the mask's hot and uncomfortable. Hot and uncomfortable for painters, drywall. Lots of construction dudes have to wear ventilators and masks every single day, most of the day. And then we won't even go into the medical field. So. And yes, I still wear a mask when I go out. Right now. I'm not getting COVID. I am not getting this thing. I did not survive cancer to die from some stupid virus. Just nope. So I've been real proactive. The first year I was making elderberry syrup and eating only really healthy. I did HelloFresh and all that because everything was delivered. Couldn't go to the store unless I wanted to go to the store when it was dark, because that was when it was time for seniors to go to the grocery store. That's also when I stopped dyeing my hair because I was platinum blonde and decided, well, you know what? I guess I better prove I am a senior. I do have silver hair streaks, but my natural color. So anyway, cards, anybody? Card from Spirit. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Petey. It's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time tomorrow night. This is your showcase too, That's the whole idea, Lightworkers Roundtable. It's all about you. It's all about the guest, not about me. Look at me every week. Somebody new every week on there, so that's the whole point. Is to have I don't know if I've ever talked about that on here. The whole point of the Lightworkers Roundtable show is to have a repository for new people coming into the community of who's available and what their energy is like. Just by chit-chatting with them about, what they do on their channels and services they offer. And yeah, that's been a complete and total delight. I really enjoy doing that show. It's wonderful. Lineup so far, PD tomorrow. Next week is Kim, Intuitive You. The week after that, Raw and Unconditional Tarot is coming back for his second time. And the week after that, I'm taking off because that's Christmas. It's like the 22nd of December, and I would kind of like to not be worried about YouTube deadlines and stuff like that. Although that Saturday will get a Saturday solution. I haven't missed one of those yet. I have over 70 of those. That's 70 Saturdays. And then Gertrude Sue is coming. And then we got new exciting stuff happening on that show. The first of the year. It's going to be a true, honest to goodness roundtable with more than just me and someone else. It'll be a panel, but not a large panel. And it'll be a carefully chosen panel according to what we decide to talk about. But it's all about being a light worker and how to keep our vibes high. And because we're going to have some more dark times coming. I posted on my community page a link to a YouTube video by Cryon, who is channeled by Mr. Lee Carroll. I don't know if you guys know who Cryon is, but Cryon of the Magnetic Service is an ET who channels through Lee Carroll. And he was saying in this video, November and December are very dark times for us because of what will be illuminated. And he went into just a little bit of one thing, but not to be afraid. I will give you the analogy he gave you. Not to be afraid of the darkness that you see around you, because it's like in a fish tank. Fish in an aquarium go about their little business in their whole world. They don't know what's going on the other side of that glass because they really can't see it. It doesn't compute in those little brains. So that's their whole world inside that aquarium. You got the gravel that sucks their poop out and it catches the raining food. Who knows where the food comes from? And to a fish's mind, it's just it's their whole world. Hi, Manic, good to see you. Then all of a sudden, the light doesn't come on because the owner, is good at turning the light on during the day and turning it off at night. And all of a sudden, the light doesn't come on anymore. It's getting darker and darker and darker. So the fish just kind of retreat into the darkness and adapt to it. Well, pretty soon, there's stuff on top of the tank. It's darker and darker, and the water's getting more shallow. Do you think fish are going to go, what's going on out there? When they don't even realize there's an out there? Their whole world is in that tank. Their whole world is dark at that time. And so they go into a retreat and they wait. All of a sudden, the next day, the light comes on and everything is new. Even the gravel is new. While the fish were retreated into darkness, their whole world was cleaned and redone. Even the little mermaid in the house and the little, treasure chest that bubbles up and down and all that, all different now. That's what we are going through right now. The darkness, kind of retreat away, go into yourself, prepare yourself for the good things, because it's all, when spring and summer hits, it's all going to be new. It's all going to be new. I'm so tired of angry people and frustrated people and people feeling like they've been cheated and people cheating. And I just want to breathe some fresh air, some sunshine, listen to the birds, and stick my feet in the mud. Grounding. It's earthing. One of my favorite things to do. Oh, Sharon, thank you. Let me tell you a little bit about art for our ORG. Our rescue ORG is a child trafficking rescue organization. They go in and arrest and break up child sex trafficking, human trafficking. And so when I found out about them, I told you I watch wood turning videos, okay? There is a surgeon in Utah that makes the most gorgeous vases and stuff. Oh my word, with resin and wood. And everything he does is art for our rescue. He raises money, and there's several artists that's what they do. They make stuff to help this organization. The organization is one international, and not only do they go in and rescue the children and arrest the perpetrators, they teach the kids, they rehabilitate the kids, and then they teach, in some of these countries, they teach the parents why you don't sell your kids to people like this. Poor people are struggling, and they might have 6 or 8 kids. And if they don't have to feed one more mouth, and this guy over here wants my child and says they're going to educate him and all this kind of stuff, okay. And they'll sell the child. So that's what this organization does, is it works with the parents to educate them as well. It's a great thing. And they're everywhere. They just a couple months ago shut down a big ring in South Africa. So, yeah. Last I heard, they were working on one in Haiti. But that's not too surprising because it's kind of lawless there right now. But yeah, they're a great organization. 10% of any donations you give to this channel, that is where it goes. Okay? And I will be willing to show you that if I have the donations. Somebody did donate something last month, but I didn't have a person. It was an anonymous. So thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's not expected at all. Okay. I'm going to take this card because it's gorgeous. You guys, here's our message from Spirit. You cast a spell simply with your existence. Just by being born, you made a change in the world. Now stop and think your purpose. Whatever that is, it's whatever you're comfortable with. Your purpose is not going to be something that's going to make you really uncomfortable. The bottom, it says, magic flows brightly and radiantly through you. I would say transition flows brightly through her. Look at all the butterflies. To me, butterflies are transition. Of course, butterflies and moths, they're the epitome of transition and go from being that little wormy thing to being that big, beautiful winged creature. Completely different than how they started. You think that transformation is easy? Your body completely, totally reorganizes itself and changes into another creature in your sleep. Ooh, that sounds like a good movie. Might work on that script. Yeah, that has to be very painful. Has to be. I mean, it completely changes into another creature. And they're not the only ones that do that. Dragonflies, I was reading about praying mantises the other. I'm kind of fascinated with them. I saw a praying mantis ET. I saw a mantid ET, and ever since then, I can't get mantises out of my head. So I was reading about them. The bug, not the ET. Do you know they will even eat small birds? I had no idea, but some are really big. I was watching a video about him. This was eating a small snake, and the snake was like 4 times the size of this praying mantis. So when I saw the ET, it was a mantid. It had hands like people, body like people, but a head of a praying mantis. Didn't have those praying mantis, claw thingies. It had people hands, human hands. So it was like humanoid, but with the ET, the mantid head. And yeah, scared me. It scared me. I thought, what the hell? I saw it in a dream. So when Dr. Gale was on here, Skywalking with Moon, we were talking about it, and I told her that it scared me, and that I heard in my head, which is usually spirit talking to me, not to worry. They're a hunter race, and they've always been here. And then I watched this video about them, and that's all they live for. They live to hunt. So much so that when the male and the female mate, the male is immediately eaten alive by the female. And he knows it. He gives it up. And men think we're bad. And men think human women are bitches. Wow. It's like you think the Black Widow's bad? You've ever seen a male Black Widow, by the way? They're teensy tiny little spiders compared to her. They're little. Not much for her after she kills them and eats them. There's not much. Wow. That's a sex drive. Now, I usually teach manifestation by following your sexual desire. And I don't mean manifest your sexual desire. I mean, when you are manifesting something, you have to picture having it in and already living it with the conviction and the passion and the inspiration of your sexual desires. And you will manifest it just within hours. Until the story, well, actually next Tuesday you're going to hear the story if you watch Manasa and I. When you pray for something you don't have, the universe has struggles giving it to you because you're telling the universe all the time you don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. So the universe is giving you more of what you don't have, which is what you don't have. In other words, it's giving you what you're asking for and what you're focused on. You're not focused on having it. You're focused on the fact you don't have it and you're asking for it. That means you're manifesting lack. So when you really want something, say you want it to rain. This is the example I saw Greg Braden give. You don't say, I pray for rain. Please bring it. Please make it rain. Please make it rain on a sunny day. The universe is going to laugh at you. But if you go into it in prayer with the feeling, with your eyes closed, and you feel the smells of the rain, you feel the wind touching your face as it blows by. You hear the thunder off in the distance, and you feel the rain as it hits your cheeks and your face. And then you give thanks for the rain. This is how you manifest. That is the best way to pray. And it works. Every time. That's what we mean when we say, ask for it in detail, like you have it, like you're living it now. See, you're praying. I feel that rain on me. I smell the smells. I hear the sounds. It's raining, and yep, here it comes. You'll manifest that rain. I know that makes it sound really easy, but can you muster up that kind of a passion for what you want and desire in your life, for the goals you have set? If you have goals set, not a lot of people are goal setters. I am very, very goal oriented, but I have to be. If I don't, but you know what? I'm very goal oriented, but I don't beat myself up when I don't always meet all those goals. Because, like that therapist card says, I'm doing the best I can. You're doing the best you can, and nobody has all the answers. They might think they do, but they don't. So, I lost everybody. I got all of 4 people in here. Somebody, card, please. Something. Oh, I know what we need. Goddess card for the month of December, since tomorrow's December 1st. This is the only goddess deck I have. And I'm covering up the name because she doesn't sell it. She doesn't want you using it. She doesn't believe in this stuff anymore. But it's the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Dr. Doreen Virtue. She walked away from this life. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Hey, Janet P. And you're working today? How's the wolves doing? How's all the kids at the sanctuary? And if we want to donate money there, would you be willing to come on the Lightworkers Roundtable and talk about that? Because that's very Gaia. That's very, that would be awesome. We can raise money for it and stuff if you want to try to do that. Not like people give me a lot of money, but $50 and come up with something. Yeah. I think that would be so cool, Janet. And everybody knows you. And we all know how much you love the wolves. And if you want, we can have you and we do it after the first of the year and have you and Wolf Girl on at the same time. Sound fun? I think that sounds fun. They're doing good? Awesome. Oh, what a wonderful way to spend Thanksgiving with them. I'd love that. But I'm all about all things wild, so yeah. I know you do. You and I are both in a race to see who's first on her daily, her card of the day. Every day. Leaving a comment for her. I love it. Yeah, I love her too. She's one of my dearest friends. Been my friend for a long time. So when she decided to do her YouTube channel, I was like, yeah! So, yeah. She and I are talking about maybe doing something every 2 weeks that's the two of us as a regular show. Don't know what on or anything, but we haven't gotten that far. Life got kind of complicated there for a few. She had to have a biopsy and stuff. It scared me. Yes, she's a beautiful soul. You have no idea what a beautiful soul, Janet. That woman is my glue, you guys. I don't know how many times she's talked me out of quitting. I get in, usually on Tuesdays, is usually when it hits me. I'll get in a funk and it's like, what am I doing this for? It's so much work. What am I doing this for? I'm too over this. I start talking myself out of it. And then I wake up on Wednesday morning going, I get to go live and talk to everybody. It's amazing what your ego will do and what low energy will happen. So I know that's what's going on when I have those thoughts. But sometimes I'll have like 2 or 3 days in a row. It's like that. And it'll be like, Rachel, I just, like I got up to 385 subscribers. You'll notice I'm back to 380. It's okay. They come and go. People come and go. People come and go off YouTube. And I did start this channel out with 111 people from when I had my channel before. So I just figured as those people are figuring out what I'm doing now compared to what I was doing before, they're all slowly going bye-bye. And that's okay. That's fine. I love my intimacy with you guys. All my friends in here. Yeah, so what goddess? What's our goddess for December, please? What goddess is What goddess is going to guide us today? What goddess is going to guide us? I'm going to take that card. Is sticking out lovely. Really? Wow. Interesting. It's Bridget. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for what's right. She is the Celtic goddess. I will read you what the book says about our beautiful Bridget. Yeah, she's a triple goddess. I'll hold this up here so you can take a look at that pretty card and get the glare to go away. There we go. She's a triple goddess, which means that she represents 3 aspects of women. Oh, she's represents this. She represents this. You have the maiden. Let me get it on so it shows you. The maiden. These are the stages of womanhood. The maiden. The next one is the mother, and she's pregnant. Full moon. And the crone, the old woman. That's the stage I'm in, and I'm embracing it, and I love it. I love it. I can use that for so many excuses for so many things. But those are the 3 stages of women. The nurturing and loving mother, the young virgin, and the crone, the sage, the wise woman. You know, ever since I could remember, I have always dreamt of being the old lady who lives in the rock house in the wilderness, where she, gathers her fruits and her berries and lives with her rabbits, and people come to her for advice. That sage old lady that lives in the woods. Yeah, the witch that lives in the woods. Only I'm not a dark witch, right? Bridget is a fiery goddess who tirelessly protects those who call upon her, and she is a feminine counterpart to Archangel Michael's warrior energy. Bridget's temple is in Kildare, Ireland. She's celebrated worldwide on February 1st, the ancient sacred day called Imbolc, which marks the beginning of springtime and increasing daylight. The message of what this card is telling us: be assertive. Don't worry about what others think. Trust your actions will work out fine. Speak your truth, stick to your opinions, and put your foot down. Suit up or shut up. I got that so clear this morning. Wow. Wow. Talk about protection, too. She's the counterpart of Archangel Michael. He's my jam. That's how I protect myself. David Johnson use a pyramid and all that. I ask Archangel Michael to cocoon me. Here's a little thing I blurb out. I'll give it to you so you guys can use it if you'd like. And close my eyes, and Archangel Michael, I call upon you. Please cocoon me in your shield of reflection. Any dark energy sent my direction, let it be reflected back onto the originator tenfold. Protect this of all living things within my sphere. And it works. My pine tree that fell down, even the guys that cut it down cannot figure out why it didn't land on the house. It was leaning towards the house and it fell. It should have fallen to the west and it fell north. And nature did it. No one, it's not like it was someone who was cutting the tree down and they could plan where they wanted to fall it. The storm fell it for me. Oh, Sharon, you're so sweet. Thank you, hon. I love you. Yeah. So right there, I had said for 4 years, I was scared of those trees for 4 years. Archangel Michael, protect at my property line. So that included the trees and every living thing here. When we went into lockdown, I did that. And I had hawks hanging out with rabbits. And everybody was all in harmony on my land and nobody else was having rabbits in their yards and stuff. They were all hanging out over here. They all seemed to know that it worked. And then this summer, when that tree finally came down, it was like, that also is proof that you only need to do that little prayer once. You don't have to do it every day. There's this thing called redundancy. They get the message the first time. Especially when you're doing it with an open heart. They're hearing it as you're feeling before you even say it. So, Bridget is our goddess this month. Stand up for what you believe is right, you guys. And it's been kind of fun. I've been noticing it happening more and more and more and more. People speaking out, even right-wing people who wouldn't speak out before are speaking out. So we're seeing the fleas jump off the dead dog. Now that actually really and truly happens. I've seen it when I was a veterinary technician. Well, it's when I was doing my internship, actually. I worked for a little while. I volunteered for a little while at an emergency clinic here in town. And we had this dog that was so infested with ticks and fleas come in. It was crashing. It was dying. But it had mange. It was covered with ticks, covered with fleas. And my first inclination was, oh, poor dog, needs to be put down. All of a sudden, all the ticks and the fleas are crawling all over the place. They can't get off the dog quick enough. Dog crashed. So here we are, getting the dog's heart going again, getting him breathing again and all that. But when the dog's blood was not pumping, all those things that were living off of its blood started evacuating ship. That's pretty creepy. I saw a lot of creepy stuff when I did that job. But, I wouldn't trade that job for anything. I love doing it. I didn't always like the people, the owners. They were what made the job really hard because people just have the wrong attitude towards animals. They treat animals like they're stuffed. Like they're a stuffed animal when they were a kid. Like they have no brain, they have no soul, they're not. And every living thing is sentient. I don't care if it's an ant. Ants sense danger. So, I guess that makes them sentient, huh? They sense danger. They know when to bite, when not to bite. So anyway, so we're at an hour and a half. Thank you so much, Sharon, for everything that you do for this community. You mean what you do for us is incredible. I know. How about we pull a crystallary card? We haven't pulled a crystal card in a long time. It's always fun. Ooh, and we're coming up. Gem show's getting close. I always get excited for my birthday. Because that's gem show season. Happens. My birthday is the first week of February. And that's the week that's open to the public at the gem show. Everybody else is wholesale for the 2 weeks prior to that. So the public can't go in there and buy. You can go in there and buy from people that sell to the public, yes. But the good deals are in the wholesale, obviously. Okay. What do we need to know? Give us a healing crystal, please. And that'll give us an idea maybe of a chakra we've got blocked, huh? Let me check that out. It's my favorite. I love this stone. Recharge your destiny with, and I have one, and you know it. Labradorite is our stone this week. Let me tell you about labradorite. And I'm reading that out of the book because I can't memorize all this. It has a Mohs hardness of 6 to 6.5. So it's pretty hard, actually. Sometimes it's impossible to connect with a sense of a soul's purpose. Interesting, we were just talking about your soul's purpose. Life can feel like a dreary drudge, from work to the grocery store to your desk, piled with bills. In those moments, when you feel far from magical or mystical, call on labradorite. The Inuit people say that labradorite was an ordinary seeming stone until it was struck open by a mighty warrior. Suddenly, labradorite's matrix was revealed. Inside the ordinary was dancing fire. The lights leaped from the stone into the sky, becoming an aurora borealis. Labradorite reminds you that you are both the ordinary seeming stone and the mighty warrior. You have the power to release your own secret depths and light the night sky with your flame. Hi, Moss. Good to see you. So there you go. You know, labradorite, when it's not in the sun, not in the light, it's pretty gray and pretty bleh, ordinary. Till you get it just so in the light, and then bingo, it dances with fire or ice or color. So I say it's one of I love labradorite. I like it actually more than moonstone. You know, there's several shades, several colors of moonstone. I have a pink rainbow moonstone. Pink one, not a blue one, a pink one. And when I bought it, I was like, where do the pink ones come from? What part of the world did they come from? And the woman she was laughing. She says, that's what happens when you heat it. when you heat treat rainbow moonstone, it turns pink. A lovely, lovely shade of Pepto-Bismol peppermint pink. I can't wear it right now. It's a little too big for me. I need to have all my rings sized or sell them. They're all starting to get where they fall off. That's why I'm like in the little thin things. Because I can't wear all of my rings on my index fingers and my thumbs. So, Moss, how you doing? You about to start driving? Okay. Well, I hope you had some luck looking for a place and stuff. I know you were trying to find a house, some property. Property. That's cool. That's really cool. We're all getting ready to go through a major change. Everything's about to become new. That's a kind of a scary thought, isn't it? I don't know about you guys, that there's that unknown aspect is exciting, exhilarating, and terrifying. And it's not terrifying because I think something bad is going to happen. It's in the back of my mind that I am worthy? Am I worthy? Am I ready? All that stuff goes, those tapes play. When I know that's crap. It's just my ego going, it's crap. I'm ready. I'm worthy. I know. I've been working very hard to get to this point. We all have. Made huge changes in my life. You think about where you were. Where were you 5 years ago? First off, 5 years ago seems like a lifetime or two. Shoot, just the last 3 years seems like a lifetime. 5 years ago. Let's see. That's what, 2016? I was graduating from graduate school. On September 30th? I think it was. Yeah, September 30th, 2016 was my graduation date. Yeah, my brother. You know, I want to tell you guys right now, don't listen to anyone who tells you your dream is not attainable or your dream is silly. Those are people who are terrified to live their dream, and they're projecting it onto you. Don't pay any attention to them. Don't listen to them. They know not of what they speak because they can never walk your path. So sometimes with kindness, you can remind them that, am I living your life or am I living mine? People don't really know what to say when you say something like that. I will throw that one out every once in a while when I'll get somebody who will be venting at me. They're all mad at their significant other or a friend or something, and they're venting to me about what happened and going on and on and on and on. Pretty soon, you know, you have to throw it back in their lap. No situation. No one is completely innocent in any situation unless you're a baby or you're in something like an airplane crash. You still made that choice to get on that airplane, and odds are something probably told you maybe you shouldn't, and you ignored it. I'm just not I don't encourage people to become a victim and to be a victim, because the only person in charge of your life is you. So if you're a victim of your own making. So stop and think about that. Only person who can change your life is you. People don't intentionally seek us out to do shitty things to us. They may have had a shitty day and don't even realize what they're doing to you. There again, be mindful of how you treat people and how you are around people. Be kind to them. That's why I always tell you guys, be kind to one another. People notice that. People notice kindness. You can't fight kindness. Who wants to fight kindness? That's why I really preach it. That's why I really, 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 really preach it. I try to practice it too. Today, all the messages that I've been getting from Spirit today is it's really, really, really important right now to mind your own business. Stand up for what is right and go within to grow. Because what's out here coming isn't going to be wonderful. It's going to be pretty dark, and you're not going to like what you're going to hear. As I was hearing it, I've been screaming it for ever since MSNBC had it on their television about the kids at the border. You guys, we gotta guard our kids. We got to guard the children, and that's all I got to say. I have gotten goddess cards. I have gotten card after card after card after card after card telling me, protect the children, watch the children, guard the children, look out for the children. And there's a reason for that. And we're about to find it out. And it's dark and it's nasty and it's horrible. I don't know the details of it, but I know it's not good. And it has to do with our kids. And kids from the past. And it has a lot to do with my charity for this channel. So, I think we're about to find out what happened to those kids in the cages. I know. I saw it. I firmly believe this with my whole heart. I feel like I'm sounding like Scott Allen. It's like his guides tell him it. Meg, my golly, that's the way it is. He doesn't doubt it. So, my guide showed me those kids that night. I was having dinner at my boyfriend's house with him and his mom. And I keep asking them to please turn the TV off. Please turn the TV off. Can we have dinner without the TV on? Please turn the TV off. And his mom, she's like 90 years old, bless her heart, she wanted to hear it. She wanted to hear all about it. And I was like, please, please. So then I go in and talk to Eric for a while, and then he'd be like, well, I need to do this. Can you go hang out with mom for a while and I'll shoot? And I was like, okay. So I just sat in there with his mom and started hysterically crying because I saw where the kids were, where they were going and what they were doing and why they took them. So I saw them all lined up, girls and boys, both, right around the ages of 8 to 15, lined up, getting on school buses. Children, no parents, just children. Just before they go to get in the line to get an injection in their arm. It's a tracking device. They put it in our military. They put them in our military all the time. So they'll be found and rescued. It's just Stephen Miller. Stephen living, hanging upside down in the attic. Vampire Miller. That whole thing, the kids in the cages, that whole thing was his idea, And that's one thing I won't read on. I can't read on it. It'll make me cry again. So, but yeah, that was quite the night. They turned the TV off after I started crying. I asked and I asked and I asked, and I was really nice about it. It's just like, okay, okie dokie, you don't, not paying. What I'm trying to tell you is I need some help. You guys stop, please stop. And they wouldn't do it. So I went till I started to cry. But that's also when our relationship was starting to fall apart too, after 3 years. I learned our relationship was not about me. It was about him. All about him. So there wasn't much left for me. So I stopped it. Yeah, I broke it up. But I realized he was trying to dress me and tell me what makeup to wear. And yeah, what friends I should have and what friends I shouldn't have. I'm going, oh. Abusive toxic relationship. Here, I'm out. That red flag flew just a little. But it took me 3 years to wake up to that. That was what was happening as I was being conditioned. They say nowadays, they use the word groomed. I hate that because that's what pedophiles do. You're conditioned. I took psychology classes. Jung called it conditioning. Yeah, I'm okay, you're okay. It's conditioning. And it's funny, people you say, talk about I'm okay, you're okay, and they laugh at you. That book is so pertinent that we talk about our inner child all the time. Oh, I love the Crone Zone. Conversations with the Ancients. They're good. They're really good. And like I said, I am embracing my crone. I find myself, people think I'm really tolerant, and what it is at my age, it doesn't, certain things just don't reach a priority anymore that did when I was young. And it's not that I'm easygoing, it's just that I don't care. Probably never did, but somebody said I was supposed to care, so I did my best. You know how that goes. Somebody said, you're supposed to. You're supposed to. Well, I don't do postas no more. I don't do suppostas either. I'm nobody's hitching post or rug. And that took a lot of years to get that way. So, and that's that crone thing again. Well, you guys were like 10 minutes to being at 2 hours. So less than that. It's an hour and 48 minutes we've been on here. I am going to pull one more card for us. Kind of a send us on our way, food for thought. I use one of my other decks, one of my new decks, the Energy and Spirit deck. I hope you have plans for this weekend that are fun plans. Not all just working, and you're working, you're blessed. You got a job. Hopefully you got a job that's paying you what you're worth. Okay. Let's take this card right here. Oh, yeah, we got a message from Spirit. We got a message from the Ascended Masters. As I beat up my microphone, I'm sorry, as I smack that around. Probably not too easy on your ears. We got the Ascended Masters card. See, you recognize those people in that card? We've got St. Francis, Mother Mary, looks like Kuan Yin, Muhammad, Devoted spirits with specific intentions. As we're going through this dark time and you're talking to your ancestors, don't forget, talk to all of the masters, all the ascended masters, Master Jesus, Gandhi, Buddha, Kuan Yin, Kali, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary. So many ascended masters to choose from. You ask for their help and the one that's appropriate will come forward. Always and forever and ever come forward. We talk about the movie The Shack once in a while. But the reason I talk about that movie is because it talks a lot about the ascended masters, who they are. Oprah Winfrey's God, okay, in the movie. But the point is, the ascended masters took on forms, their spirits took on forms that the human can understand. It's confusing when God was a woman and a black woman. I thought that was kind of weird that they made a big deal out of her, about it being a black woman and not just a woman. I'm tired of all of this stereotypes and labels, and can we just be people? I'm just a human. I am just a human in a flesh suit, a spirit in a flesh suit. So, a lot more to me than that. That's the other thing. We got to be careful about how we discount people. It's really easy to make someone feel discounted and not even know you're doing it. Love, loving thoughts, kind thoughts, and all that. Well, we're at hour 52. Thanks, you guys. I like these days. I like talking with you and hanging out with you and reading cards for you and with you. And you guys come back next time. You're so good about coming back every week. I love you so much. My friends, my family, thank you. I so greatly appreciate you. You have no idea how much. I was thinking, as I was doing Christmas shopping the other day, I was thinking, how do I go about buying presents for everybody I'd like to buy presents for? And I'm going, you match the energy of money and you manifest those presents. So maybe not this year, but next year, maybe I'll be able to buy Christmas presents for everybody. Wouldn't that be fun? No giveaway. No giveaway. Just come and say hi in the comments and I'll send you a Christmas present. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm not big on, I don't want to be rich. I don't want to have a lot of things. I've already had things. All they do is clutter your life, hold you back, hold you down, make you have to clean. So I just would like to have enough money that if I want to give it away, I can. Come across somebody who's hungry, let's go have a dinner. I'll go take you out to dinner. Come on, let's go. That's how you change the world, you guys. I used to know a woman in Great Britain who would get really mad at me every time I would talk like this about the things, doing random acts of kindness and stuff like that. And she actually threw out there at me, what, you think I'm going to be changing the world all by myself? And I went, yeah. Gandhi said, be the change you want to be. And then I realized who I was saying it to. Someone from England who was a Boris Johnson supporter. Not a Gandhi kind of lady. So I was like, no, hun, you won't change the world with that attitude. Be the change you want to see. And then we got in a big argument about fascism and stuff like that, and found out she believed in crap, I can't think of the word right now, eugenics, stuff like that. And I immediately went, bye, see ya, blocked and banned her. Wow. And I've been talking to her for months, and she hid all this from me. Found out, yeah, someone with dark energy trying to use me for my bright energy. I felt like I had a spy in the camp. That's exactly how I felt. It was pretty weird. Pretty weird. Yeah, and she wanted me to teach her how to do a YouTube channel. But to teach her how to do a YouTube channel meant do her YouTube channel for her. And at that time, it was like, no, I just shut down all my YouTube stuff. That's the last thing I wanted to do. So, yeah, one of those kind of people. You have to watch out for those. You have to use discernment when you're doing this. You get very involved in other people's lives, and you get where you care a little bit too much, maybe. I mean, it's always wonderful to care, but mind your own business. There's that fine line. You get involved enough to honor them, but you don't go down that rabbit hole unless they ask you to, and they go with you. So here we are, guys. I think we got 3 minutes left. I'm going to sign off 3 minutes early. I'm hungry. It's burger time in this house. It's payday on Friday. Yeah, planning the food in the back of my mind. Sorry. It sucks getting paid once a month. You guys have a great day and a great weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow, which I sure hope I see you tomorrow night, or in chats later on this afternoon, and I'll be around. You'll be around. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Be kind to one another, but take some special care of you. Hug yourself, love yourself, and take care of you. See you guys next time. Take care.